So here's my proven one-page template. It's a graphic on how to create 1K a day, especially when you're a little bit older, 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond. As always, we're doing this in one take, no editing. I just want to show you, and I'm here in my studio to open up and actually take you through this entire one-page graphic step by step with some actual real world examples on how this looks and how you could do this in your market and your niche. So, if you are ready, hit like, hit subscribe. Well, you don't have to, but it helps. And let's get going. All right, here we go. I am going to start by sharing this. This is called the GTB flywheel. Okay, the GTB flywheel. I recently changed this name because I was calling it GWB, but one of my students completely ripped me off, took the same wording. So, you know what? I'm changing it up. And that's the thing when you're building a business, right? They're going to be copycats. So you have to be able to innovate faster they can copy. So this is called the GTB flywheel. Everything we need to do, everything you're going to have to know is going to be through these three letters. The first one, G, stands for grow, and that is all of your traffic, your marketing. How are people going to find you? This is the first thing you should start to think about. I just recently did a video about the first step, which is coming up with your traffic strategy. Before you come up with your personal brand and before you come up with your product or your idea, or I want to do e-commerce, you have to have an idea of how you're getting traffic, because without that, it doesn't matter. I remember I did a coaching call with a doctor, and he had this really, really good supplement. He's like, Ryan, but I spent like $300,000 on testing, and it was in journals. I said, but what are you doing to market? He's like, yeah, but the product's so good it should sell itself. I said, but it doesn't. He didn't have a marketing strategy. He had a product, right, and a good product, and maybe you have a good idea, but unless you know where you're going to be and how you're going to be playing with traffic, it doesn't matter. So at this stage of the game, it's just strategically where are you going to be? Are you going to be free? So social media. And if it's going to be free, is it going to be YouTube? Is it going to be Instagram? Is it going to be Facebook or LinkedIn or X or TikTok or Pinterest or whatever, right? That almost doesn't matter at this point, but you just have to pick one, and it has to be obviously a place where people are going to be. And just as important, is it a type of media that you like and you can create in and you want to be there? If the idea of doing a video feels like death, then probably you don't want to be a YouTube focused. You don't want that to be your traffic channel. Okay. So find the thing that you know you're going to be able to stick with, and your market's there. If you're marketing to 80-year-old people, they're probably not a ton on TikTok. I'm sure there's some, but a majority is not there. They're probably more on Facebook. So it's this kind of combination of where are they and where do I want to be and where can I stand out? Where are some of my strengths? Like, are you good on video? I mean, I'm doubling down on YouTube. I love it. I The biggest regret I have with business was not sticking with it, 15 years ago when it first started, but better late than never. And even if you're here right now watching this and you don't have a YouTube channel, it's not too late at all. YouTube doesn't necessarily only reward people who have big followings. In fact, they like showing smaller channels new, like content rich stuff. So, is it going to be free traffic or are you going to do paid traffic? You're going to do ads on Meta, Facebook, and Instagram, YouTube ads, LinkedIn ads, Pinterest ads. There's email ads. There's banner ads. There's no right or wrong, right? They all can work for different businesses and different models. But right now, you just have to say, okay, this is where I think I want to be. This is where I think I'm going to focus my traffic on. And that is your G phase, which is grow. Then this is where I switch up. It used to be W, which was right, WRIT, but it was annoying to say, oh, grow right. And they'd be like, right, RIG. No, right. So type. We're changing this up, baby. GT, grow is your traffic. T is typing, which is email. That is where the money is. Ryan, isn't email dead? No, it's not. And up to 90% of your income is going to come from email. Right now, my emails generate anywhere from $7 to $20 per subscriber per month. That's not per customer, that's per subscriber. So if you had 2,000 people on your list and they're worth $5 each, that's $10,000 per month because we're gonna be offering products. I'm gonna talk about that in the next step. But what you do is you take G, which is grow, which is the traffic, and you get them onto your list. So you can you can type, you can email. The mistake most people make is they put everything on a third party platform, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and that's it. And that's their business. Cool. But what happens when the algorithm starts showing you less? And oh, Ryan, that can't happen. Absolutely can happen. When I first started on Facebook, when it was first launched, I could have 30,000 Facebook fans. I would do a post and it would reach like 20,000 of them. Now I have like 100,000 fans and it reaches maybe 20, not 20,000, 20 people. It's like how many have for dinner, right? Like it's it's not a lot. And now you got to pay to play and you got to boost it. And what happens if your channel gets shut down? It happens every day for whatever reason. And maybe all of a sudden one of the platforms is like, yeah, we don't want to talk about this topic yet. We don't want to crypto. Now we're shutting these down. You're out of luck. Platform, whatever that traffic source is, onto your list. And I'll show you an example of how I do it in a few minutes. Okay. So G, T, grow type, and B is bank, which is the monetization, which is how are we actually going to make money with this? If you just want to give and share and be like, hey, everything's cool, awesome, great, right? But if you actually want to make this a business, you got to make some money. So bank is, are you going to sell your own products and programs? Is it going to be physical products? Like I've had e-commerce. It's one of my bone broth company behind me. I've had 4 different e-commerce companies. You could do digital coaching, digital products. I've had fitness membership sites. You could have I've had sponsors in newsletters. I've had affiliate programs. There's so many ways you can monetize. We'll talk about that in a few minutes and in upcoming videos. But just know that this is part of the process, right? This is all of these things work together. And I'll show you how they work together in a minute in one graphic. But grow, type, and bank is the flywheel. And I recommend a third of your time on each. So if let's say the minimum is like a 3-hour day, you don't need a 15-hour day. That's ridiculous. 3 hours. First hour is grow because that's the oxygen, that's the traffic. Maybe it's YouTube. You do your video, you upload it, you SEO it, right? Done. Grow. Getting people onto your list. You're writing them an email. I say daily-ish. Some people do 1 email a week, some 2, some 3 a week, some daily. I will say this about email. You got to email at least once a week. Otherwise, no point. End this video now. Forget it. I do have a program all about how to write really good email. It was like a 2-hour workshop. Just type email below and I'll get you details about that. Just email right in the comments. I show you exactly how to write emails, how to never run out of content. I promise you it is going to change the way you email. So grow, write, an hour for grow, an hour for typing. See, I'm saying right. I'm getting back to my old habit. And the third hour is bank, which is monetization, this is where you're creating products and programs and maybe writing sales copy for a page or working on a membership site or whatever that's going to be. That is the B, right? That's the bank. That's the monetization. So if you're too heavy on one of them, if you're too heavy on just traffic and you don't monetize, then you're not gonna make any money. If you're too heavy on just creating products, but you're not actually getting traffic, you're still not gonna make any money. It needs to be evenly distributed. So what does this look like now as the flywheel? Okay, so in the top part of the flywheel, which is how it all gets started, it's the traffic, it's grow. And I just mentioned before, what is your traffic strategy going to be? Okay, what's that going to be? Is it going to be YouTube? Is it going to be Facebook or Instagram or TikTok? Or are you just going to do email ads? Like you're going to sponsor other emails? Or is it going to be podcasting? Maybe your strategy is 100% you're going to be a guest on podcasts, or you're going to have your own podcast, or you're going to do podcast sponsorships. So you're picking that thing, and that's where you start. That's like lighting the fire. right? So this is the beginning of the flywheel. And there's multiple flywheels within each flywheel, but we'll cover that in an upcoming video and videos because there's so much to unpack. But I wanted to give it to you all on one page so you can get a bird's eye view. And by the way, as I'm going to be finishing up this flywheel and going through every step by step, if you want me to send you this actual flywheel, a copy of this, just type in below flywheel, FLYWHEEL, and I'll send you this graphic. Okay, so just type flywheel below and you'll get this graphic. So we've got traffic, whatever that's going to be. Don't get in the weeds now. If it's going to be YouTube, don't worry about, well, how long does it have to be? Do I have to edit? Do I need a new camera? What's my studio? That doesn't matter now. Just commit to a strategy. And every time you do something, it's going to get better. Just commit to the strategy. We go from traffic to the next part of this, getting them to your list, which is what I just did. I just said, if you want this flywheel, type in flywheel below. And some of you are typing in flywheel. And for everyone who types in flywheel, and I give you the flywheel and you're on my list, you're now part of my flywheel, right? You discovered me on a platform, which is YouTube. You're now on my list. So I'm going from YouTube to my world, to my list, because now I can communicate with you, whether YouTube shows my videos to you or not. Now we start forming a relationship. And now that you're on the list, the next part of the flywheel is the type is T, which is writing emails. Now I'm saying, oh, by the way, this is what I'm working on, or this is what I'm doing, and this is what we're like, and now I make offers. Let me show you what this looks like in real time. Okay, so just to show you. So this is the begin right now. So my business in the past was a majority of it was paid ads. But I'm like, I turned 50. I'm almost 52 now. I'm going to play on YouTube. And I've been doing this now for about 45 days straight, just a video a day, right? So this is my G. This is my grow. This is my oxygen, right? And right now, it's still a pretty small channel. By most, it's almost 2,100 subscribers. I have 100 videos in there now, but it's growing slowly. So yesterday's video was just 22 hours old, 206 views, 7 people an hour, but it's slowly starting to pick up steam, right? And every once in a while you get a hit, you get a couple thousand people, and the bar keeps raising, and it's now fully monetized, so it's going to start bringing in ad revenue. But that's my grow, right? And I'm getting people from there to, I'll say, hey, if you want more, type in below 1K. So this is one. And then I send them to this page. And this is just the most simple landing page in the world, right? This is so simple. It's just, here it is. Here's what you wanted. Enter your email and we're done. Okay. So it's that simple. And I just created this all with Kajabi. There's a link below to get 30 days free. I run my entire business all through Kajabi, but that's it. So where we are right now is grow, right? So platform, list, and then T, which is type, which is email. So this is what an email I just wrote an hour ago. Again, I use Kajabi for all this, and I did. This was about the title. It was all about having a fresh start, letting go of the past, right? Engaging content, a little bit of story, a little bit of motivation, a takeaway, and then I have a link to my program, to my product. I have an offer. Here's what I have going on. Check it out. So now coming back to this, where we're now in the email phase, right? We're emailing the list. Hey, this is what's going on, and this is what I have, and here's a link to it. And then the monetization, right? So for me, this particular is probably about a 7 days from idea to actually launching the product and program is the monetization is my bank, right? And I send them to this page, and I'll share this with you in a second. So here's my simple sales page. This is bank. This is monetization. And this is the product. and then there you go. You can either buy it, it's 297, or it's 2 payments of 149. That's it. And I've been doing this for decades in every market imaginable, just using this simple system. I did it with my supplement company. For my supplement company, the traffic, the growth strategy was Facebook ads. We got them into our world, right? Sometimes we would have a low cost offer, but we'd get them into our world, email them more offers, more products, more programs, a product stack. Do you want the protein powder with it? And then we work on creating more products. And then the final piece of it is you take profit. And some of you, if it's a one person business, and you're 55, you're like, hey, this is my retirement fund. And I'm just going to take the profit off the table, put it in my pocket, use it for daily living expenses. Cool. And you're like, I'm just going to keep it nice and even because it's a free traffic on the front. So you don't have to put any money in. Or maybe you can up level your traffic strategy. Maybe you can try paid traffic. Maybe you want to put it into more products and packaging of products or product development, or you want to do a live event. You need to put down $10,000 for an event space and you want to roll that back in. But that's how it can start to grow if you want to start rolling it back into your traffic, right? But you don't have to. But that's the essence of the flywheel, right? That is how it all looks on one page, and it's simple. Every single thing in your business is going to fit into one of these areas. G, traffic, T, which is type, your email, right? And B is banks and monetization. So, well, Ryan, where do funnels fit in? Well, if it's a front end, it would fit under grow and traffic and monetization, right? Well, what about I want to do ads on Facebook? That's traffic. That's a growth strategy. Well, I want to do coaching. I want to get people on the phone and coach them. That's B. That's bank. That's monetization. So if you look at it from one big simple perspective, you're like, okay, this is going to be it, and I can do this. Now it's just a question of starting to get that focus and okay, what's my strategy going to be? Where am I going to do traffic? How am I going to get them onto my list? And then we start offering products and programs. And the products and programs don't have to be yours. You could be an affiliate. You could get ongoing commission. You can get sponsors. There's so many ways to do this. But if you want this graphic here, just type in flywheel below. And please like and subscribe because then it's gonna get me off my butt. I'm gonna keep doing this for you and we'll keep digging in deeper. So just type flywheel below, like, subscribe, and I hope you've enjoyed this and found this valuable because I love teaching this stuff and it was fun to kind of get out of the outside, get in from the outside and sit down and just start teaching. I love teaching. In my courses, this is all I do. This is what I do. I just love sitting here and teaching and digging into this stuff. And now my back nine, my second act is during this last half of my life is just helping you, my fellow, Gen X-ish people build really good simple businesses without getting sucked into like $50,000 rip-off coaching. Just really good, solid, simple one-person businesses. So like, subscribe, and of course, I'll see you on the next video.